Damn, no caps. Looks like there's almost $200 in here, though. I get looting ain't easy when you have to force your way in. I could really use some bobby pins. As many as I can get my hands on. What do you have on you? I appreciate it. These will last me a while if I'm careful. Here's your fair share.
It's peaceful here. Quiet, too. I like that. Before the war, the world was just too loud. Well, well. Another visitor to the Responders' graveyard. You must be pretty good to have gotten past all those mutants out there. Come to pay your respects to the fallen? That's good. It's important to honor the memories of those we lost. I got a brother around here, somewhere, or maybe somewhere else. All I know, he was one of these responders. Came to check on him. Was a few years too late, looks like. Now, I'm just marking time while the cancer eats me up from inside. In the end, none of us can escape our fate. We'll all be food for the worms. That's just the kind of thing Marcus would say. Me, I just looked out for myself. Now I'm still alive, and he's long gone. Did his life count for something? I don't really know. He and the other responders saved a lot of folks, but they all died eventually. Now they all dust and memories, and even those will fade in time. Anyway, guess you've listened to me ramble on long enough by now. What can this old man do for you? Well, that's right kind of you to ask. Can't remember the last time I met someone with good manners. Kindness like that deserves a reward. This is supposed to help with radiation. Won't do me much good now, so here, you take it. Marcus, 5 years younger than me. Started running back in high school, and handsome too. Had all the ladies chasing him. He followed me into the army, became an MP. Then got out and moved to Morgantown, signed up with the police. Back then, I was still living in Cincinnati. We'd talk on the radio. He tried to get me to come out here and join the Responders more than once. I do miss him. Well, I don't figure it matters much how dangerous this place is. If one of those mutants don't get me, cancer will. But I guess what keeps me here is just knowing this is where my brother died. Call me a superstitious old fool, but I don't want my spirit to have to walk too far to find his. I know it's a ruined wasteland, filled with 100 things that want to eat you. It's better this way. Less noise, less fuss, just echoes. In time, nature takes it all back. One day, nobody will know there was ever a city here, In the short term, well, you got the train station with the robot who can sell you supplies. And south of that, the train yard might be good for salvage. And of course, Morgantown's just across the river. Probably lots of useful stuff over there, if you can survive. There used to be cops, firefighters, medics. Marcus always made them sound like good folk. They looked after other people as best they could. This was their base, as far as I could tell. They got overrun by those things out in the halls. Found a few bodies in here and set up a little memorial. There was a lady named Chavez. Got a holotape she made on that map table. Last words by the sound of it. I ain't been here that long, so that's about all I know. Time's all I got left, but I don't mind sharing it. You be safe out there.
The school's quite intact. That's a pleasant surprise. Ah, what a magnificent place this once was. The very epicenter of learning here in Appalachia. Truly, nothing is as valuable as a good education. Ah, what a magnificent place this once was. The very epicenter of learning here in Appalachia. Truly, nothing is as valuable as a good education. Well said indeed! It's so good to meet a fellow devotee of the humanities. I don't mind saying that enlightened minds such as yours and mine are in desperate short supply of late. So, what brings you here to the hallowed halls of Vault-Tec University? Searching for knowledge? Foraging for supplies? Or perhaps some secret mission you can't talk about? Not only have I seen her, we had a pleasant conversation just a short while ago. She went inside the school. I do hope she's safe. Normally, I'd have to politely refuse your request. But I think we've forged a bond, you and I. We're like two sailors navigating a stormy ocean of ignorance on a dark night, seeking the bright beacon of knowledge to guide us to safe harbor. Here, a gift for a fellow seeker of wisdom. My pleasure. Ask away. Up north, Connecticut. A small town called Monroe, named for the 5th President of the United States. It was quite lovely, especially in the autumn. My wife and I used to ride the bicycle trails on Sundays, and then visit the local brewery for a pint. Ah, I do miss those days. And I miss my Millie. May she rest in everlasting peace. That's a bit of a story. Not long after the war, I lost my wife Millicent to cancer, likely brought on by the radiation. Every day I questioned whether to go on living at all. Without her, the days were empty, devoid of any purpose beyond the simple need to survive. But, in time, once I'd learned to adapt to living in the world after the bombs, I decided to set a new goal for myself. I set out to visit those great American centers of learning that still remained intact. I've always felt at home in such places. And so, here I am. At least for a while. I was a teacher. History and literature were my subjects. It always brought me great joy to illuminate the eager minds of children. Well, for the few who are interested, at any rate, high school students are easily distracted, I'm afraid. Well, I'd start by saying that without Vault-Tech, humanity would be lost. The Vault saved precious lives and gave us a chance to rebuild. Now, we all heard about the rumors and controversies. But what large corporation doesn't have to cope with such things from time to time? As far as I'm concerned, the only real blemish on Vault-Tech's record is the rather shameless corporate branding on display here at VTU. Very well. Was there anything else? Certainly. It was a genuine pleasure.